What's up, YouTube? Slim here at Team Symmetry. I'm here to give a little reflection on yesterday's regionals in San Jose, California. Here to give a little bit of an update. There's also a prelude, I guess, to Ask Slim episode 5. Uh, I woke up like literally like an hour ago. Like regionals was exhausting. We got back at like 2:30 in the morning and just like passed out. I give a little reflection on like the decks that were played. I'll start off with the obvious question I was going to ask: did I get my invite? I did not get my invite. Ended up going X4 with Dark World, and at the last minute, I was almost gonna run plants. Like honestly, I was ready. I was like, I have everything. I'm like, why not run the best deck? And I honestly don't think plants won the event. I think agents actually won the event. Agents are really, really good. Like the builds that people were running, the tour guide versions were really good. They were in the top tables. Um, Chain burn, I'll get into that. Like, there's a lot of discrepancy from a lot of people that I know on chain burn. But I ended up going X4, and it was kind of telling me that I needed more practice with Dark World. I don't think I practiced enough, and as much as I played on Dueling Network, I don't think that was even enough practice because you can't substitute Dueling Network for like real practice, like real you know playing in real life is so much more. It's different, it's so different. And what was interesting is I didn't play one rabbit. I did not play one rabbit in 9 rounds, so it was weird. I had sided for rabbit. I prepared for rabbit for nothing. Like it was weird. Like rabbit definitely made it to top tables, but I just did not play them. So I didn't get my invite. There's regionals next month, so I might actually either stick with Dark World or build rabbit. I'm considering building rabbit. I'll just see how things go. I'll practice with it a little bit and see if it fits my, I guess, like my play style, because I'm always down to try a new deck. But I'm gonna get into it real quick. So a lot of the decks that were being played, like I said, were agents. Agents were huge. They were like everywhere. Agents were the TG agents, the crazy agents with tour guides, maxis, all that were being played. There was a bunch of, there was a bunch of rabbit. I just didn't play them. Bunch of plants. I ended up playing. Shout out to Team Misplay or the Team Misplay. I ended up playing a really cool plant player. I think it was round. I want to say 7. It was either round 7. Yeah, it was round 7, and we had one hell of a match. I ended up going to game 3, and it was just insane. Like it was such a good match. To exchange. To go toe to toe with like the best deck. Card for card, like the best deck out there. Maxis with everything, and it was a great match, and I ended up winning it. Um, Thank God for Grappa is all I can say. Is Dark World Dealings Grappa hit the Reaper and then be able to beat down with Thunder King. But we had a great match. So shout out to Team Misplay. Thank you for a great game. That was like the best game of the entire day for me. Um, Back on what was being played. There's a lot of anti-meta. I played anti-meta round 1 and lost because they go they go Macro Cosmos in the main. I go MST. They go another Macro Cosmos, and it's like, oh my god. It's like, what am I gonna do? I honestly had like no out to that. So yeah, anti-meta's big. Karakuri was big. I'm trying to think. Oh, the one that was big was Chainburn. Chainburn trolls were everywhere. Now I'm not knocking Chainburn because it is a deck. People play it. You have to prepare for it, and a lot of people did not prepare for Chainburn. I think Chainburn ended up getting second place or something like that, and it was insane. It's like set everything, flip it, flip it, flip, boom, boom, boom. You're burned. You're done, and it's like what are you supposed to do? And I didn't play against Chainburn, but some of my teammates did, and one of my teammates unfortunately had to play back-to-back Chainburn. Like that just sucked. When you're running plants and you have to play against back-to-back Chainburn, it's like unless you're siding Royal Decree, which I don't know if he was or not, you just can't stop that deck. Like unless they draw shitty, but most of the time they don't, because it's just like I'm gonna burn, 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 burn. It's like unless you can deal 8,000 of them, you're not gonna win. But a lot of Chainburn were being played, and it just, it was telling me that, the meta is pretty much, exactly what I thought it would be. And then add in some chain burn, add in a lot more agents, add in a lot more agents than there have been, I think, in the past events. And with Rabbit, Rabbit's amazing. Like the deck's amazing. I've watched people play it, and I didn't play against it. I prepared for it, and I didn't even play against it. I did win my Dark World Mirror match though that I played. You know, so it was cool. My only discrepancy with my deck was that I drew shitty. I drew like really shitty, you guys. It was horrible. Like it took me 8 rounds. Like not until round 8 did I finally open with Tour Guide, and I'm not kidding you. I did not play Tour Guide from the Underworld in all its expensiveness. I played it maybe twice, and that was it. I made Zen mains like once. It was ridiculous, and I don't know, like the draws were just bad, and I'm not gonna complain about it because there's another regionals next month. So it just tells me that I need to practice more with the deck, and I just need to make some changes. Definitely fix my side deck. The siding is like the biggest thing. Debunk is amazing. I will tell you, debunk is amazing. Debunking Tengu is amazing. I had the judge, my opponent called the judge, appealed the judge's ruling, which was in my favor. Head judge ruled in my favor. You debunk Tengu. If it goes to the graveyard, it's activating in the graveyard. You can debunk it. I found that, I kind of knew that. I wasn't sure if it was the official ruling. I found that out. So debunk is just that much more amazing, this format. And I use debunk a lot. I use debunk on Tengu. I use debunk in the mirror match. In the mirror match, debunk won it for me. So that's a little thing. Debunk is amazing. Um, and like, I guess what I notice is that agents are just really, they're overpowering. If they open like the nuts where they can bring out Hyperion, bring out double Hyperions, one after another, uh, it is very hard to get past them. And a lot of people were wondering, like, how did Malefic do? I think Malefic got shut out, like, to be honest. A couple people who ran Malefic, I think lost to Rabbit, because, like, Rabbit is so fast that, it kind of overwhelmed the Malefic players. But I saw a lot of builds of Malefic, and a lot of people who came up to me, asking me about the deck. I wasn't running it, so I was running Dark World, and a lot of people were saying that had it, the way to run it, I guess, is to main DeFi. It's the only way, but against Rabbit, like DeFi, like they'll run it, it'll help them, and it's, it kind of sucks, but that's what I noticed at regionals. And I would say that plants. I don't know if plants won it. I would say that what won it was either agents, plants, Chainburn, or Rabbit. It was one of the four. And if Chainburn won it, I mean, a lot of people get pissed. A lot of people say, fuck burn decks, but it's like, there used to be a format where Chainburn was number one, and I really hope this wouldn't be the format where it somehow, will overwhelm the format again. Because if people side Decree, they're good. I think people just weren't prepared for it, and that was my thoughts on that. But aside from the matches and stuff, I want to give a big shout out to Asian Eyes White Dragon. You guys should know this channel. This channel is amazing. This guy is amazing. He actually was nice enough to, I went to, talk to him, and he was able to profile my Dark Worlds. So that will probably be up on his channel within the next couple days. Big shout out to him. He's a really cool guy. Just very chill, very laid back. Has a lot of good, knowledge of the game. And he gives suggestions. Like while you're doing the deck profile, like why do you run this? You could run this. What are your combos? I like that. I respect that. And he's just a really just chill guy and has an amazing channel, amazing content. Definitely subscribe to him. If you haven't subscribed to him, like I'd be surprised. A lot of people should know this channel. So I'm gonna have an annotation up here. I just want to say thank you to him for taking the time to interview me and do my deck profile, and also for profiling my teammate Lee. Excuse me, my teammate Lee Lin's deck that he ran, because he took the time to also profile his deck. So I just I really appreciate that, really respect that such a big name YouTuber takes the time to just be chill, and just to give us all a chance to try to get some shout outs, try to help the channel. So big shout out to Asian Eyes White Dragon. It was great chilling with you, bro. um and then I guess the things I would say uh about regionals is that a lot of people wonder, like, how intense is regionals? It's not that intense, like, really, like, until you're at top tables, because then, like, you'll see, like, once you're at top tables, you'll see the majority of what you'll be playing the rest of the day, if you continue to win. And then it's like, people worry about, like, I think siding is, like, the biggest thing. And a lot of choices that I made, I might actually change, like not maining MST was probably not the best idea, but I mean, in the long run, it benefited me to side them in. Even though I draw like one, it still works. So I got some changes to make there. I think like Zen mains is, just amazing. Like playing against it, it sucks. Like playing against Zen main sucks. Opening with it is great. And there's just been a lot of, mixed feelings, I think, from a lot of players. Um, the way this format's going. Everyone's just saying, Rabbit's broke as shit, Rabbit's this, Rabbit's that. And, I've seen it in action, and it is really good. But, sometimes you do draw shitty. I've played against Rabbit players that draw shitty, and, they tell you, as long as you um, can play out of it, you're good. Like a good rabbit player knows how to play out of like the worst situation. Same with any deck. And sometimes you just don't have it. Like sometimes you just draw shitty like I did. I had games where I was opening all spells, um, no Dark World monsters, so it's like I'm not gonna risk, trying to do Dark World dealings or something and then not get a Dark World and then lose something, more valuable. Or I'd open all monsters, no discard outlet, and I don't know. It was weird. I was only running 16 monsters, so it was really weird. And it's funny that I drew like all of them in like no tour guide. So I was like, oh man, I don't know if the deck was just telling me, oh, maybe you should have ran Malefic, maybe you should have, ran something else, but it was not loving me yesterday, but it's all good. Yeah, like I guess like my honest point of this video is that the format is pretty much set in stone for the rest of the time being until Inzectors and all that come out, and yeah, like chain burn is around, you guys. Like it's definitely around. It is it's like a virus. Like a lot of people are gonna run it because it is budget. It is ridiculously cheap and it's very easy to run. And I honestly think the best thing players can do is side royal decree because you don't want to lose to chain burn. Like it hurts, I think, a player's I don't know like what you would call it, but it hurts you kind of, I guess, like mentally because you prepare, you build, a really good deck. You expect to go against a deck that can match you card for card, but when you're just getting burned, there's no attacking going on, there's no real plays going on except set all and chain, 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 chain. A lot of players just get like, I guess, discouraged to play because it's like, what are you supposed to do when you're getting burned? It's like a really bad feeling, but I think proper siding would be the way to, counteract this deck. And I think pretty soon I'll make a video on side decking since I have to, brush up on it as well. And I think that can benefit a lot of players. But I am going to do Ask Slim episode 5 either today or tomorrow. But the last thing I wanted to add to this video is I told you guys to give, like 40 likes, whatever is on a couple of videos back, and I'll tell you guys like my biggest regret. I do have a very big regret in this game, and it happened, I want to say the beginning of 2010 or maybe when I was in. The regret was that I had quit, completely quit this game. I had gotten rid of everything and I had nothing I wanted to do, had nothing to do with the game. And the reason being was, I was dating someone and they just were not down with me playing. And, this is, way before the channel, way before anything. And, I had a decision to make, and the decision was, do I want to, keep dating you, spending my time with you, spending my weekends with you, and like not, really play this game, or do I want to try to make both work? And I tried to make both work, and she wasn't having it, so it was like I made the decision to quit, sell everything, and I looked at it even then as wow, how could I do that? And I look at it now and it's like I look at all the other, girls I've dated who are down, with this game or just down with me playing in general, and that honestly is my biggest regret that I decided to pick her over something that I love so much. And it sticks with me, I think, to this day, even with all the cards I've accumulated, all with all the games I've played, everything. It still sticks with me with the fact that at one point in my life and in my career in this game, I said no to the game. And I think that is like the thing that I think has always hurt me and told me that okay, you're back, but it's like now you need to, you have to decide, what is, what's important. And this game is very important. And it's like a lot of players have been saying, girls in this game. A lot of people made videos on girls in this game, and I totally agree with what they're saying. If they're not down with you playing, then kick them to the side. Like if they can't respect your hobby, like who are they to judge? Like honestly, like every girl has a weird habit, and it's like this isn't even like a weird habit. This is a hobby that you enjoy, and it's like at least you're not out, not out, dealing drugs or doing something stupid. And I just look at it now, and it's like wow, how could I do that? Even though it is already 2012, it's like it's already been like 2 years, but it's like how could I at one point have quit just for for a girl? And it's like that is my biggest regret, you guys. Um, Yeah, that's my honest thing, and I always wanted to share that with people. Is that that is my biggest regret ever in my career playing this game, and I promised myself it'll never happen again. So it'll never happen again, you guys, and definitely with this channel it'll never happen again. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. It did happen, and like I said, it'll never happen again. That's all I gotta say on this video. Of course, they're always long, giving a reflection, but I'm definitely gonna do Ask Slim episode 5 really soon, so stay tuned for that. So that's all I gotta say. So thank you for watching.